Welcome to the Manhattanville College Library video series on how to search EBSCOhost. This will be a two-part program in that in this first program we're going to learn how to search EBSCOhost. In part two, we're going to be exporting the sources that we find in EBSCOhost, specifically Academic Search Premier, into RefWorks. So part one will just deal with searching. What you should do is get to the library homepage, and by doing that you would type in http://www.mville.edu/library. That will take you to the college homepage, library homepage. What you're going to do at this point is click where it says Databases. If you are accessing the databases from off campus, as soon as you choose Academic Search Premier, or EBSCOhost rather, you will be asked for a username and password. Your username is your last name and your password is your ID number minus the 3 initial zeros. If you are from on campus, you will not be asked for the username and password. So let's begin. What we will do first is go to EBSCOhost. There are several different databases that you have to choose from, but at this point we're just going to go into Academic Search Premier. So click Continue. At this point you are connected to the basic search. However, I prefer using the advanced search because you have more of an opportunity to manipulate your search. So then click the blue tab that says Advanced Search. As you can see, there are more options. Before we even begin a search, what I would ask you to do is first select and limit your results to full text. Because most students are looking for articles as they begin their searches, I would say scroll down under your limit results and select article because we are looking for the document type of articles. At this point, we're going to go back up to our search screen and we are going to put in the sample search, interpersonal communication. I'm putting those in quotations so that it will recognize it as a phrase. If we were to input that search in right now by clicking the search button, we will come up with 1,670 results. However, I would like to narrow the search down by putting in another search term. In order to narrow the search, you would use a Boolean operator AND. AND will narrow the search term. You have other options as well. You can use an or a not. Or will broaden a search, not will eliminate one of the terms in the search results. However, since we want to narrow this search, we are going to use an AND Boolean operator, and we're going to put in the term business. What that will do in the search, it will search for articles that deal with interpersonal communication and business. Again, narrowing the field. We're going to click Search. And the results go down to 97, much narrower. Now at this point we have our choice. We can search and look through all of these documents, all 97, or what I suggest to students is they look at academic journals first because they have more substantial information. They tend to be written by credible authors in the field, experts in the field. They usually, if not always, have a works cited or a reference list. So let's begin our search by looking at academic journals. We begin with 97 sources by clicking Academic Journals. We go from 97 to 31. And what you would do is you would go down and look at your list to see which articles you would be interested in looking at. I'm going to go to the next page by clicking the next button. The way that the sources are displayed, the articles are displayed on EBSCOhost, any of the EBSCOhost databases, and again, we are in Academic Search Premier. You can view them in HTML or PDF. If you click the title of the article, you will see it displayed in HTML. And HTML is fine. You would go ahead and look through it and you can read it. Notice that this particular article has a table, and the table is displayed, and it has a list of references. And we're just going to go back to the top of the page, and I'm going to go back to our list of references. I'm going to click Results List, and that will take me back to our list of sources. Now this article has a choice. You can either view the article in HTML or you can view it in PDF. Personally, I prefer viewing the article in the PDF format. So click PDF so that you can see the difference. The PDF, it has been scanned in and looks as though it is a photocopy of the article. I'm just going to make it a little bit larger. What I like most about the PDF version is that since it looks and is a photocopy of the article, you will also see that it has the page numbers. I'm going to make it a little bit larger so that you can see what I'm talking about. Notice that it has the page numbers. That is really important when you are citing your article within the text of a research paper. The HTML does not have page numbers. It's usually 1 of 5 or 1 of 6, and it looks like a computer printout, which it is. The PDF provide you with the page numbers, so when you are citing an article within the text of your paper, you can also include not only the author's name, but you can also include the page number if you are quoting. So we're just going to go back to our results list by clicking Results. And if you wanted at this point, you could go ahead and print it out. You could click the Add button on the right. Notice if you click that Add button, it will change from gray to yellow and opens up and says Added. If you go to the top of the page, you will see that the folder which was empty, the folder will now say Folder has items. So I'm just going to go down and look at some of these sources and maybe pick a couple of them. I'm going to pick 2. Let's go to the next page. And maybe I'll pick 1 more. They've been added. I'm going to look at the top again, and I'm going to look at my folder has items, and I'm just going to click it. By clicking the folder has items, you have a couple of choices. You can print them out, you can email the list to yourself, you can save the list to a disk, or you can export them to RefWorks. At this point, I'm going to stop right here at this stopping point. And if you would like to learn how to export these citations into RefWorks, you can follow on with the next tutorial which will follow.